What's the story? Welcome back to another episode of my team, Randall's Racers. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the one after Monaco, which if you haven't seen yet, it's gonna be the only Monaco race we have here. We're gonna, adopt the money dominates F1 and we will not be racing in Monaco anymore because I do not want to go through that ever again. But when it comes to Azerbaijan, one of my favorite tracks to drive, but our car is horrible. So I am not looking forward to this because Azerbaijan is a street circuit where it's very easy to crash. And my car has the aerodynamics of a cardboard box. So in other words, let's get ready to crash in Azerbaijan. I have no faith in this race at all. Prepare for 0 points and probably a double DNF. But let's go to qualifying first. Starting our first lap of qualifying in Azerbaijan, we have an engine warning, which is brilliant. So we have a warning engine coming into the track, which probably needs the best engine power, because in fact it's a 2 kilometer straight. So it's already not gone off to a good start in that way. But we get through the first 2 corners well. This should be the part we benefit from, the long straight. And now we're into the technical part of the track, which I am dreading because the aerodynamics of a cardboard box. That is what this car has. Because every aerodynamic upgrade I try fails. You see we go like deep into every second corner. Keeping on track, so that's all that bloody matters. Piastri sets up 44.1. We cut the track, but the FIA just lets us do it. They feel bad for us. We're through the castle. Okay, close to the wall, but we make it through the castle. We go to the end of the lap where our car should be at the top. George Russell says a 41.1, 3 seconds faster than Oscar, showing how off the pace this car actually is. Open up DRS, coming up to the lights, put the foot to the floor, 335, 336, and we are 19th. So we have to go again. Try and get out Q1. It's been a while since we made it out in Monaco. Yeah, we were out of Monaco, but like I think we've only had 3 Q2 appearances so far this season, which is not that good. But we come up to the end of the lap and we are 7 tenths up, so we might have a chance to return to Q2. Go to the dreaded turn 15, keep it away from the wall. We just do that. We're going to see the gap as we are half a second ahead of Joe Guanyu, so we might have a chance of making it to Q2. This is where our car is going to be the best anyway. We have a very fast car on a straight line. So now let's just keep the foot to the floor, get the DRS open right, see what can happen. 8 tenths improvable. Is this going to put us to Q2? It doesn't. We're 18th. Oscar was 21st. He got beaten by Gotifi. This is fine. We're 2 tenths off. And, cause of that, and with the engine warning, we are going to take a full engine change. So we are going to be starting from the back of the grid, but we're going to take it from the added slot, because again, let's just do this. So we have an extra engine to use throughout the season, because for some reason, the game lets us do this. But let's get ready to crash into the wall.
Grand Prix, a race that in its short history has already proven no stranger to drama, and where a 4th row start is just about as likely to give you a podium as pole position, with Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez finishing 3rd from there in 2017 and 2018 respectively. It's 3.7 miles around a lap of Baku's city circuit, 7 rights and 13 lefts, giving us a total of 20 corners. Watch out for a safety car today. Incidents are already common on this circuit, and the wet conditions will only make things worse, particularly through the incredibly narrow turn 8. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. It's Sergio Perez on pole today, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Hamilton, George Russell and Norris, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo. Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Ocon, Valtteri Bottas and Vettel. Mick Schumacher, Magnussen, Lance Stroll and Nicholas Latifi. Oscar Piastri, Albon, Joe and the owner driver. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Why don't we discuss Red Bull? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway. These are wet conditions here today. Each driver will no doubt be mindful of the wet surface as they prepare to race around the track. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
It's a wet Baku circuit, so already chaotic track to be more chaotic. Lights out, away we go. Front row lockout for Red Bull. Perez, who is probably the best in this track IRL, he has pole and he maintains the lead into turn 1. From his teammate Max Verstappen, Leclerc had a grid penalty. The championship leader took a 10-place grid penalty, so this is the chance for everyone else to claw at his ginormously. As the Mercedes are battling for P4 side by side. They've gone side by side many times this season. Clearly, no team wars at Mercedes. Toto Wolff is happy letting them fight as they're going through turn 4. Now, as George Russell appears to just edge ahead, but he gets a bit squarely, but no contact between the Mercedes. Lando Norris squeezing through Pierre Gasly. Perez maintaining his lead though. There's already a massive gap between Sainz and the Mercedes though, almost 2 seconds. But Sergio Perez looks comfortable in the front of Red Bull 1-2, looking like at the moment Sainz the only one to threaten them by looks on these early stages as the front three gap the rest of the pack. We've moved up to P16 from the start, from the back of the grid. Perez though coming to the end lap. It's Perez, Verstappen, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Gasly, Alonso, Tsunoda, Ocon the top 10. We come to the end of lap 1, P16. Schumacher and Bottas wheel to wheel coming into turn 1. As Schumacher had a half look at us. I think he had a bit too much overspeed. He was fighting Bottas and almost fought us, but that lets the gap increase. We're already being gapped by Vettel ahead of us though. So just showing how bad our car is. But we have Valtteri Bottas now on our rear. And he is gaining on us a bit. He's half a second. There won't be DRS though because it's raining. But there's supposed to be a clear patch coming towards the end of the race. So that will make it interesting. Can we make the interest go that long for when the dry period comes? Will the dry period come though? It's not guaranteed. But it's a curveball attitude and already chaotic track as Valtteri Bottas looks to make a move into turn 7. That's a very unorthodox place to make. He's going to possibly fly us into turn 8. Hold your breath. Oh, he backs off. He doesn't want another epic fight like Monaco, unfortunately. But we're already 2.5 seconds behind Sebastian Vettel. So our any hopes of points is probably dashed. As Valtteri Bottas looks to make the move with his back section. Very unorthodox way to make the move. Bottas after Monaco. He's probably not a big fan of us because of our defending. Could be rash. He's looking to make a move to turn 60. He's big from all the overtake positions where he can't make them. We jump up to lap 8 and it's now Lance Stroll we're fine with. Schumacher and Bottas make early pit stops. We might have damage in turn 1, but Stroll gets ahead of us. But we have the speed and the RS. We got the bit of slipstream. I'm going to go wheel to wheel into turn 1 with the Aston Martin. But we maintain the P16. Still though we are being gapped. It's 7.2 seconds from Vettel. Not as drastic as last week with the McLarens. It was about half a minute at that rate. But yeah, Lance Stroll and Zhou Guanyu are the ones we're going to be worried about. They're going wheel to wheel right now, I think. Yeah, they are. Zhou Guanyu looking to make a move, and this has let us gap the cars behind us, put us at ease for a couple laps as they try to gain on us again. Checking the weather, and still saying there's a yellow flag actually. Never mind that. There is a yellow flag and someone crashed behind us. Could this be a safety car? It's Baku with rain. You're shocked that it's been 10 laps without anything. I believe it's the Williams. So it's Alex Albon. Maybe an engine issue. Is that going to be a safety car? No. But what is happening? Lance Stroll find us again. This is going to be great. Lance Stroll's going to try to take the outside line, the racing line this time. We're going to have the inside line. We're giving it a nice old squeeze as we move back onto the race line and maintain the P16. So Lance Stroll. Yeah, we still maintain P16. Check the weather once again. So we're being told the rain has stopped. I mean, it's still active on our screen, but we still need inters. So Zhou and Stroll once again go wheel to wheel. Stroll was back, rear-ended us as he was late break to maintain his P17, but so Zhou Guanyu has got the Aston Martin. Nope, never mind, Stroll's got him back. They've been fighting into that turn multiple times, the 3-4 complex. He just lets us gap them slightly. It's still actively raining though. What are you looking at, Mark? It's still bloody actively raining. Lap 13 onto 14 now. The gap is 12 seconds essentially. We're losing tire grip. Lance Stroll is still behind us. We're low on fuel because we have not been saving it. Lance Stroll breezes ahead of us. We have the ERS though. We're going to do the same thing we did a few laps ago. We're being told to pit as our inters are wearing, but we're going to wait for the dry period. Wheel to wheel with the turn run. Lance Stroll brakes really early. We just make the corner though to maintain P16. But Lance Stroll has just dive bombed us into turn 2. What is he doing? He's just dive bombed us into turn 2. So apparently no damage to our car, thank God. So we make the move on Lance Stroll, but we brake really late and he's into the wall. Oh dear God, that's a safety car. Both of us in with damage. How many of us are DNF? We caught each other. Lance Stroll positioned the car in the middle of the track. We didn't know where we wanted to go, and that led to some damage. But we are going to roll the dice. So be told it's dries or winters, so we're going to toss on some mediums. As apparently our crew cannot repair shit. Which is great. It's a typical thing this season. I've even upgraded them and they still can't get the pit stops right. But our tires are stone cold. We're 4 seconds with a delta. So we'll be told it's inters or mediums, but we're losing so much pace on these mediums. We lost so much pace on the mediums, but we're being told that it's dries or inters. Really confusing as we're 36 seconds behind Schumacher. We're losing time to Mick Schumacher to go up to the lap. We're losing 10 seconds a lap behind safety car. Why are we losing 10 seconds a lap though, Mark? Oh, our team's had a blunder. Our team's had a bloody blunder. And the safety car's coming in and we're 40 seconds behind. That's been an absolute blunder by our team, telling us that it can be, we can go on the dries. We cannot go on the dries. It's drying up a bit now, finally. But the team's had an absolute shocker. As the restart's about to happen, look what is happening. As two lines are being formed, as half the drivers are coming to the pits. Verstappen's in, but Perez and Sainz stay out. So who's got it right? I assume they're coming in for slicks. So we have the likes of Perez, Sainz, Russell, Norris, Tsunoda staying out. Verstappen's in to the pits though. He's trying to get up. As there's been chaos with this mad. As Verstappen is on. What tires is he on? They are the mediums. He's on the mediums. They've gone to the slicks. So we did the right thing. It's just we got absolutely stranded. So who's going to come out? Was this the right time to go on it? Verstappen was just behind Perez. Perez now into the pits. Everyone else is into the pits. Who's got this right? Did they go on the right lap, or were they one lap too early? Chaos is about to ensue, as I imagine there's going to be a lot of wheel-to-wheels outside the pit lane on a damn track after our pit stop, so there could be a massive crash happening. Verstappen, where's he going to come out? Perez is going to be clear of him. Sainz is going to be clear of him. Verstappen's lost out. Is Norris going to be clear of him? No, piece P3, but Verstappen has lost out with that pit stop. He is behind the Ferrari. He has lost out. The Red Bull 1-2 is no longer there. Leclerc's up to 10th. So he's scoring a point. It's bad enough. It could be a valuable point at the end of the season. As Mick Schumacher and Zhou Guanyu were going with it, we were battling Zhou Guanyu and he's up to 12. To show how badly it's gone. Bit of argy-bargy there as there's 5 cars battling here for P12. Schumacher, Zhou, Magnussen, Ricciardo and Vettel all battling for P12. As Magnussen and Zhou make contact. Magnussen having the elbows out. They're going to be going wheel to wheel through this very tight turn 7. As they might go wheel to wheel through the castle. But we won't be able to see that. As Magnussen's engine has gone. His reliability has been horrible this season. My God, his reliability has been horrible. As once again, the Haas of the Dane blows up. It's a DNF for him. No safety car though. But look at us. It's gone all wrong for us. We knew it was coming up the slicks. Our team told us it was coming up the slicks. But it was nowhere near slicks. So we're now way behind everyone else. And we've lost the front wing. Great. I mean, that was inevitable. And the safety car's out. The safety car's out because our front wings are running though. So we're going to toss on some sauce. Because why not? Maybe we might catch up and we might make up a few positions. See now, can they successfully put a front wing in place? I doubt it with them, honestly. Oh, they did it. They actually did it. Fair play, lads. But are we going to catch up to them? No, we're not. It's the exact same point again. So, 2 safety cars and we're about halfway through the lap when the safety car is coming in. This has gone fantastic for us, hasn't it? It's gone so well for us. But here we go. Sergio Perez has 2 laps to defend from the Ferrari to win this race. He has led every lap of this race. Safety car restart and Sainz does not look to be making a move. Perez seems to have got the restart right. No moves look like at the start. Some lads waving a yellow flag for some reason. The restart's begun, lads. So yeah, no movements by the seems of it in the top 10 at least. Leclerc's moved up to P8, so he'll be getting 4 points. Better than nothing. Lando Norris in P4. As no one looks to be making any moves. I think everyone's just accepted their positions realistically. As, yep, coming out to the end of the lap. As this was a race with Leclerc taking a penalty that just had to capitalize on it. And Sergio Perez has definitely capitalized. Pole and led every lap. Sergio Perez wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from Sainz, Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Alonso, Hamilton, Leclerc, Ocon, Gasly.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. And some pretty handy driving for good measure. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest? Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So Sergio Perez takes another win. I
And
believe
after
it's
this
the
round of
second
the
win
World
of the
Championship,
season.
here's how things look.
Also, believe that's a grand slam as he led as there's some glitch with the fastest time. Also, apparently he did a lap of Baku in 16.783 seconds. I don't think he did. I'll be honest with ya. But he wins. Sainz, Verstappen. Verstappen going to be very annoyed with that. He pitted one lap too early. Norris gets a really good result for McLaren with that P4 being both Mercedes. Leclerc recovery job to P8. So we can be happy with that. And yeah, we did horrible. We got bet by Latifi. So that's great. It's the standings. 51 points Leclerc has. I mean, it's incredibly close between the second to sixth, like real life. But Leclerc has 51 points. Verstappen and Perez separated by a point. Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, the top six. We still have 4 points. We're trying our best. Constructors, 47 points for I have with Red Bull. Great job.